which also happens to be in my hometown. So everyone I've ever known, met, gone to school with is here too. So get that extra pressure. Are there any of the funders here? Good, because it's so boring when people listen, but we could not make films without them. I'm very, very grateful to all of them. I won't diminish the experience any further. Please enjoy the movie, and I believe we'll be speaking afterwards.
Stick around, we'll have a Q&A, it'll be great. Enjoy the film.
Did you interview any of the other prisoners?
Yes, I did. It's a good question. The reason more of that material might appear in subsequent kind of web form or another one form or another. So I can't see anything, but anyway, I know you're there. Mm-hmm. I couldn't interview them for long enough to really, for it to make sense to fit into this already dense narrative in which there are already so many characters and perspectives. That's the real reason there aren't more of them. You know, great and key material lands on the cutting room floor all the time. By the way, I just should want to acknowledge a few of my collaborators who are here. Some of the great researchers, including my mother, Susan Kastner, Sheila Mandel, and it takes a village to make these things. Don't believe the head credit. And is there any, I don't know if there's anyone else I missed. My partner in Life and Crime, Laura Barron-Kastner. And even my son, 9-year-old Max, has been traumatized by this. My mother used to take me to art films that they sneak me in at the Roxy, if anyone remembers that. So it's a cycle of abuse. Anyway.
Question? Yeah, go ahead in the front here.
On the recreations of the hijacking and everything else that happened in the 70s that you recreated, did you shoot it on film or it was fake grain? Because obviously the texture, it's different. Right?
Can you tell us about the technical aspects about the reenactments?
Yeah, it was an unfortunate challenge of this story for all its many gifts as material that it was before the smartphone era. And when people filmed hijackings and things firsthand. No, we shot it on the same camera as the rest of it. It's digital video that Cam 3D. Well, never mind. Let them sponsor me on that camera. But it was HD and treated in post. We decided, and lit in a certain way. Yeah.
Great. Right in front of you. Go ahead.
Will any of the admissions by the authorities of misconduct have implications for this ongoing legal process, if there is any?
You just reminded me of someone else I forgot to thank who's here. Paul Copeland, a family friend and crusading lawyer in his own right, who helped us make some of the key contacts with some of those people, I think is here. I hope so. I hope so. This is a question, that's why I thought the lawyers in the room. This is a question for lawyers. It may be a tragic case from some of the discussions I've had of the statute of limitations having run out on this kind of thing. But I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, and I would hope that it would prompt some serious reinvestigation of that.
Yes, in the middle there, go ahead.
What kind of welcome did you get from the Cuban government?
What kind of welcome did you get from the Cuban government?
The Cuban government haven't seen it yet, so that's TBD.
Is there a screening planned?
I certainly hope to. I would very much like to screen it in Cuba. And by the way, if there are any other festival programmers here, that thing I said about Tiff, I'm perfectly prepared to say that in other countries.
Questions, comments? Yeah, go ahead.
You've spent 3 years of your life almost. Did he do it?
The question is, do you think he did it?
I mean, I think I hoped through this film to take the audience on a kind of journey through the twists and turns of multiple viewpoints and changing emotions and opinions on a whole range of things about this story, much as I experienced them myself. And ultimately leave it to the audience to decide that kind of thing. And to that point specifically, I mean, I think actually, in the end, that's not what this film is really about. I think it's more about the justice system and whether it works or not, and how one man, rightly or wrongly, took matters into his own hands.
Yeah, but did he do it?
Move to the next question. Yeah, in the back there.
The white police officer clearly described possibly what happened, the implements. Do you know he was willing to talk about that prior to interviewing him? And have you heard from him, or what anything happened afterwards?
To the first point, yes, we do. Our brilliant researcher, in this case Sheila, who found this guy, had spoken to him on the phone, and he had told her this, and perhaps even more on the phone in an unguarded moment. I basically got on a plane the next day before he changed his mind about telling this, because quite honestly, never in my wildest dreams did I think we'd actually get a cop to admit to this. And indeed, by the time I arrived, because it is a long flight and a whole circuitous journey up to the mountains of Puerto Rico where he lives, he had changed his mind. And so there's this happy synchronicity of the shift from day to night over the course of that long interview. If anybody happened to notice, it wasn't on purpose. But, and that's what it was like for him emotionally, kind of coming back to the point that he had been on the phone a few days before and really commit to revealing as much as he did. None of the subjects in the film have seen it yet. I mean, it just had its world premiere 3 days ago, and you're the second wonderful audience to see it. So it'll be fascinating to hear how they all react.
We have time for one last question. Yeah, go ahead.
Did you interview the judge?
The question was, did you interview the judge?
The judge is no longer alive, which doesn't, stop a truly dogged documentary. My last film was about disco.
Jamie, on behalf of Toronto and Tiff, please thank you for bringing this film here. Please vote for the film when you leave the theater.